everyone, this is your girl SolieSims, and I want to introduce you to this wonderful shell challenge, which is being held by the wonderful and talented and funny LadyLuSsh. So it is a 32 tile build. It's a micro mini challenge, and we're supposed to recreate it, not changing. I'm just gonna go ahead and just read the rules here. So we can change the exterior walls, we can add a floor plan if we want to. There's no CC of course, but we can use any pack. It needs to be fully functional inside. It's 32 tiles only, we cannot do any tile cheats, and must sleep a minimum of 2 sims. And of course she will be doing her tours and showcasing on her YouTube channel. And this needs to be up by the 14th of August 2020, and it is under the hashtag LuSsh Micro Shell Challenge. That is with 2 S's in the LuSsh. Of course, like I said, it's up on the screen, so you'll be able to see it and you'll be able to know what is happening with it. So this is my shell, and as you can see, I've already started some of the work on it, simply because I did not want you guys to see how much I struggled using terrain tools. It's not something that I'm used to, it's not something that I'm familiar with. So I played around with it just a little bit, making sure that I can get the top half here flat enough so that I can place the house, and that worked fine. So now I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the build, and I will speak to you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so I decided for this challenge that I wanted to do a little island in the middle of the lake. I did want to have it raised like I explained before, but I didn't want to showcase it because it's such a difficult thing for me, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to showcase it because it made me so nervous. I'm not very good with the terrain tools as yet. I'm trying to do different little things and seeing how it all comes together. But anyway, I decided that I wanted to have this house like a retreat for a writer maybe, or well, basically yeah, that's it, because they don't have that many things in the way of entertainment and like technological entertainment. There is no TV or anything of the sort. Not saying that a mounted television could not have worked. It possibly could have, but I did not have it. Now I was looking for, because I know very well, I know within myself that I did the rest of the clip. The only thing that I did not record was all the landscaping that I did, and I suspect strongly it may have been, I thought that I was recording the last little bit and I didn't, because I did the landscaping, like I said, off camera. I'm annoyed at myself at that, because I did end up doing like a little beach wooded area in the back. Of course you guys will see in the screenshots, and yeah, I was just a little bit disappointed at that, at least, you know, but it's all coming together. I wanted to put in the railings. I know it's a little bit quirky, the build, it's not quite your conventional build, and I imagine, and I should have put in, which I didn't, is that little pathway just before the last set of stairs to come up. It's wide enough to put a bench, so you can even sit out there in the evenings if you wanted to, or just any part of the day really, if that's your thing. I did put a space where they could do sunbathing as well, and a little I want to say lounge area, like a little cool out spot basically, at the bottom. But again, I think you guys will see how it all comes together, and I did take some screenshots, so of course you will see what the finished product is like. Now everything had to fit, like the livable space had to be able to accommodate 2 persons, and it had to be the inside. So I thought, I'm not going to overthink this at all. I refused to. And I figured, since this is going to be like a retreat type space, I think I should just go ahead and do the leave the space as open as possible in terms of the kitchen and the living, dining room, workspace. Everything was open. The bathroom is pretty large because I specifically wanted to have a large window, and I wanted a tub in front of it. This is a place for relaxation and enjoyment, guys. I don't think that a shower, I mean, a shower could have been implemented somewhere, but I didn't want like a shower stall. I preferred that the bath be there so they can have time to relax within the bath and look out and gaze out through the big window. And maybe we can just pretend that it's large enough for two persons to sit there. So it can be like a romantic getaway away from everyday life and stuff. Or it can be just a little retreat for a writer with his wife or whatever, or girlfriend, whatever it is, to come here. The kitchen I did pretty small. It's compact. It doesn't have that much. I mean, you can go for like fast little foods if you want. That's why there's the microwave there. Or if you want to do full on cooking, that is a possibility as well. And I put enough seating, of course, for two persons, and the counters double as well. For example, I did put in a laptop, but it could have gone on the little desk, or it could have gone, because the laptop is pretty portable. But I wanted him to have I'm saying him because in my mind it is a guy, right, who's the writer. I don't know why. But anyway, I wanted him to have a comfortable space for him to write and a nice view for him to write from as well. So I put the desk, and I did change it after a while. I changed it into the tiny living table, the high table. But honestly, let me tell you, the reason why I had to change it is because this house is a little bit deceiving. LadyLuSsh. Okay, I see why this was such a challenge now. I was so sure that everything that I placed would have worked perfectly. And I actually put in the I was going to say Magnum bed. I don't know why what is it called? The Murphy bed. I did put in the Murphy bed because I figured it would take up less space. There's also, it can double as a sofa, or like a little storage space as well. And of course it opens out as the bed. And if we did want to put in a television or whatever, there is the option to be able to put that in as well. Well, let me tell you, when I play tested this, the Murphy bed does not allow for the scooching over or the scooting over to the far wall. It does not allow for it. So I had to go online because I knew we used to be able to do it. So I went online to find out what the problem was. If it was just the Murphy bed, if I was just doing it wrong, if it, what it was, that was the problem. So I had to change out the bed. So it's not a Murphy bed that ended up being there. Eventually, it did change into a regular bed because for some reason the Murphy bed doesn't work like that way, but it does with the other bed. Now this is just a family I pulled off of the gallery for me to be able to test the house with, just to make sure that the kitchen was working fine, the bathroom was working fine, that everything basically was working fine. And then I realized after I did all of this, because I never checked the bed because that was the last thing in my mind for me to check, I realized that something was off with the bed. So for the upstairs area, I did it like an outdoor barbecue type space or entertainment space, really. If you do want to have like maybe a party or something on a reclusive island, I don't know how that will work, guys, but it works. Anyway, did you know, I think it's a glitch, but I'm not sure. When I realized that the bed was not working, I asked them to automatically go to bed, like clicking on the double Z in the needs panel, and they immediately they wanted to go down to do a back float in the water, like they were going to actually sleep in the water. And I thought that this was something that only mermaids really did, because as far as I'm concerned, it was only for mermaids. But apparently your sim can do that if you have a large enough body of water and they can't find a place to sleep. They will go and back float and sleep in the water, which of course I believe is a glitch, but yeah. So this particular couple that I put in, they married young, straight from high school. He is a pro athlete, and I guess he probably came out here to do just a little bit of writing on his book, or a stat, maybe I don't know, some type of playbook, some type of book. I don't know what book he wants to write. Anyway, and she's a stay-at-home wife for now, but she really wants to have children, and just not in his, he has no interest in it, especially right now. He's practically a young adult, just starting, getting into the good life, the big life, and she's saying that she wants to have kids, but he's just not having that. Anyway, so their hair relaxing. I put them out downstairs to relax whilst I worked on completing the build, not realizing as yet that the bed doesn't work. So I literally had to get a different bed, like I said. So as for wooing, does not really work with the bed squished up against the wall, pressed up against the wall. But for sleeping, it works fine. And of course, they can go woohoo anywhere else. They can, I think, do it in the tub. There is something. There was an option that popped up, for a different form of wooing. So they can. Maybe they cannot do it in the bed, but they can sleep in the bed, both of them, and that works out fine as well. So I did some minor changes. I was not happy with the changes that I had to implement because I felt that it took away from what it is that I really wanted to do. But in the end, it worked out very well. This wasn't it wasn't as challenging. Sorry, rather it was more challenging than I thought that it would have been. It really was. I was like, I'm sure that this will work. I'm sure that this would, I just placed my stuff thinking that everything would be fine and it would work well. And well, it showed me definitely that that is not the case. That just doesn't work that way. It doesn't. But Sims are so finicky overall. So yeah, that was just a little bit annoying. I tried to make it a little bit like a tropical type of feel, and for some reason the purple upstairs just drew me in. So I did with like a mostly purple theme upstairs, and that worked fine. Um, but yeah, so but in my mind, it's not it's more like a I want to say a lake more than uh like a beach vibe. So although there are palm trees and everything and coconut trees and stuff, it's not because it is near the ocean. It's more like in like a vacation home. My goodness, why didn't I think of doing this in that vacation world? That would have been perfect, and then the Sims could have just gone there and said it would have been a residential space, but it would have been recognized only for vacation. And that's another place that I'm not really built much in. I should work on that. But yes, it would have fit in perfectly there. But I built this in Brindleton Bay. No, in Windenburg. I built this in Windenburg on a 30 by 30 lot, I believe. And I've called this one an island away. And it's not even overly that expensive. It's like $100,000, which is really good, or 100,000 simoleons, whichever it is you want to put it at, which isn't bad at all. So I think the upstairs area is going to be more like for when your neighbors come over, although it's supposed to be like this secluded space and whatever. But I'm sure whilst you're there, you will meet a few friends, or if this just needs to be rented out for a day or a weekend with a bunch of friends who want to have fun. I don't know where they're going to sleep, but they'll figure it out. It can work. It can work there. And of course, I did this little outdoor area here for the garbage can. And initially, I wanted it to be like a lookout spot, like you could just go in, and you still can, just go there and lean over the balcony, lean over the railing, really, and just take in the views. And I just love the views in there, guys, just from all angles. That's what I tried to implement, as many windows as I could have, and I think it turned out okay. I really do. I think it worked out in the end. Again, I didn't over clutter because I just don't. I don't. I don't really overclutter, and I'm okay with it. I'm accepting it now. People are saying that it's not a bad thing to not overclutter, and it suits the builds that I do, so that works for me. I did eventually put in a sailboat for them. I wanted to kind of size it down a bit, but I figured then that doesn't really work. And I did put it in with like the weather type of look, but then I did end up changing it because I wanted the edging. Because you see, the problem that I have with doing the pools and then doing the walkways and stuff, I hate that little bit of the ledge that you see here. And I know there is a way. I saw somebody do like the docks with the like the pier type of look. I couldn't remember where it was. I couldn't remember where I saw it, so I just left it as is. I couldn't be bothered. I just left it. But I did change it eventually to cover up on the edges. Anyway, here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoy it. I had so much fun with this, and of course I will be linking LadyLuSsh's store in the video description box below, and I'll see you again, guys. Goodbye.